Picture this. You are walking along one of the most beautiful Malaysian beaches, perhaps in Port Dickson or Cheriton. The sun is setting, the breeze is warm, and the waves are crashing against the shore. But as you look down at the sand, you don't just see seashells. Instead, you see a half-buried plastic bottle, a tangled blue plastic bag, and a sea of colorful broken plastic straws. It is a heart-breaking sight, but unfortunately, it has become our reality. Good morning to the honorable judges, respected teachers, and my fellow peers. Today, I stand before you to address an environmental crisis that is unfolding right beneath our noses. In fact, in our own shopping carts. Malaysia is currently one of the top consumers of plastic in Southeast Asia. We love convenience, but this convenience comes with a massive toxic price tag. This brings us to a critical debate. Should Malaysia ban single-use plastic completely? Well, my answer is a resounding, urgent yes. It is time for us to stop making excuses and start making a change. Let us first look why this ban is no longer such a good idea, but an absolute necessity for our survival. When we throw away a plastic bag or a plastic container, it does not magically disappear. It takes up to 500 years to break down. But here is the scary part. It doesn't actually decompose. It breaks into tiny, microscopic, known as microplastics. These microplastics wash into our drains, flow into our rivers, and end up in our oceans. Do you know who swallows them? The fish. And do you know who eat fish? Yes, we do. Studies have shown that Malaysians ingest an alarming amount of microplastic every single week through our seafood and our own tap water. We are literally eating our own trash. Single-use plastics is not just destroying our landscapes. It is poisoning into our bodies. How can we justify using a plastic straws for 10 minutes when it ends up staying in our ecosystem and eventually on our dinner plates for centuries? Now, critics will argue that a complete ban is unrealistic. They will say, what about our local businesses? What about the pasar malam vendors who rely on cheap plastic bags? And what about the manufacturing plastic industry in Malaysia? Well, this is a valid concern. A sudden ban without a plan would cause chaos. But a complete ban does not mean a sudden drop into the dark ages. It means structured, supportive transition. Countries like Rwanda and various European Union have successfully banned single-use plastic completely. They didn't do it to hurt businesses. They do it by introducing affordable biodegradable alternatives made from cassava, bamboo, and even paper. If Malaysia can invest billions into high-tech infrastructure and digital transformation, we can surely invest in supporting our local vendors to transition to eco-friendly packaging. The cost of changing our habits today is nothing compared to billions we will spend in the future trying to clean up a chalk dying environment. Ladies and gentlemen, the biggest obstacle of this ban is not the technology or the economy, it is our mindset. In Malaysia, we suffer from what we call tidak apa or it doesn't matter attitude. We think it's just one plastic bag or it's just one plastic cup, what difference will it make? But when 34 billion people all think it's just one plastic bag, we end up with millions of tons of waste suffocating our landfills and clogging our rivers, leading to severe flash floods. A complete nationwide ban is the only tool powerful enough to stop this culture of convenience. It forces us to change. It forces us to remember to carry our own reusable bag. It forces us to remember to brought our own tiffins and water bottle. And in fact, it teaches us to take responsibility of our consumption. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot keep recycling our way out of this crisis. Only a small fraction of plastic gets recycled. The only real solution is to stop the problem at the source. We must turn off the tap. Imagine a future Malaysia where our rivers run clear, our oceans are thriving, and the streets are clean. A Malaysia where the next generation doesn't have to inherit our toxic plastic legacy. This is the future that we can create today. Let us urge our policymakers, our communities, and ourselves to say goodbye to the era of single-use plastic. Let us trade a few minutes of convenience for a lifetime of a healthy, green Malaysia. That's all from me. Thank you.